Friends, I thought, let's do the Travel With Me series in the hotel. I've already posted a potential pack with me video just going through my thought process in regards to deciding what I bring, what I leave behind for makeup and brushes. But I thought it would be fun to actually show you what I brought on the trip. So we have my Lisa Eldridge bag, which I absolutely adore. I showed this in my first pack with me video. And this is a special case because I anticipated filming in the hotel room. So I actually already filmed 3 shorts. And that's why I kind of overloaded the bag with makeup, because I actually don't need all of this. I'm only here for 1 day, but I wanted to bring extra products just to take advantage of the space and get some content in. So let's put the brushes to the side. I'll definitely go over the brushes that I brought, which doesn't differ much from my last pack with me video. But I have just a packet of sanitizing wipes in case I'm in a situation where I can't actually wash my hands with soap. This is the next best thing. And what I like to keep in here, if I have to do my makeup and I wasn't able to wash my hands the traditional way, I have this on standby. And also if I wanted to use it to clean the surface I was working on, what have you. Now I had to bring my beloved Forever Blush Soft Filter in Oud. I already have a video showing the swatches and the demo. Needless to say, in short, this blush is exquisite. I think perhaps one of the best releases from Dior thus far in 2025, hands down. I also brought Orchid. Now, not necessary because a little goes a long way with Oud, but I like to bring Orchid just in case. It's my security blanket blush shade where if I need just a lighting serving of color but still look put together, I'll wear Orchid. But what I love to do is apply Oud higher on the cheekbones into the hollows and follow up with Orchid for just a lovely gradient. You'll see that in action in a short I filmed using these two. And you see, got a lot of lipsticks going on. So one part of it was I couldn't decide which shade to bring because I adore all of them, but I brought the On Stage with me because I wanted to film shorts applying these 2 shades, Copper Attraction and Fearless Brown. I love this lipstick a lot. I have Fearless Brown on, and right now it is $2.19. So I would like to wear it for the majority of the rest of the afternoon and into the evening time just to get a better idea of the longevity, the wear time for these. But in terms of how they feel, superior texture. I mean, sublime in the application, super smooth, creamy, and the colors that I chose, oh my goodness, I adore them. I want to go and swatch Confident Nude as well as Berry Attitude. Berry Attitude is like heavy on the radar. I know I'm going backwards here, so let me start from the beginning. I brought my Prada Augmented Skin Cream to prep with. This is a deluxe sample jar, which I will keep after the product is done. Will repurpose this little guy in putting whatever cream I wish to bring along for prep, but I hate how much I like this product. I'm not into skincare like that. My admiration is not so much expecting all these claims to happen. I just appreciate the texture my skin is in after applying this cream before foundation. I think it contributes greatly to how the foundation lays on the skin and looks after blended. It's an excellent product, but man, is it expensive, so I don't know. I didn't swatch this lipstick yet. This was the free gift lipstick, the Rouge Dior 720. I am more than happy to swatch it for you here. I think it's a lovely color for every day. It's red, but it's on the softer side, and I think quite wearable. I haven't worn it yet because I've just been head over heels over the Addict formula and now the On Stage formula, so that's been like at the forefront. Recently, I purchased the Miss Dior White on Black colorway. The first one I purchased was Wild Beige, and I had to go with Bold Black, and these are the Dior Addict refills. The refills that I have in here now are D-Dream. D-Dream is just this beautiful mauve that's not too cool tone. It's like a mauve rose, but ooh, everyday color is excellent, excellent. The next one is my recently purchased Dior Cannage. This color I was not ready for. It is beautiful, great for every day. I couldn't ask for a better texture or color from the Dior Addict, especially Dior Cannage. And lastly, is this Star. Oh, Star is the berry of my dreams. It's like a rose berry. And my apologies for the lighting. I'm in front of the window, but it still looks very cool tone. But my apologies overall for this lighting situation. But Star, I love the shade and the texture because it makes it so easy to wear. You just kind of slip it on and it's there. And you don't need that high level of commitment when it comes to these more intense red shades, but it's not intense on the application. It's just so easygoing, and it just makes the wearer more inclined to put on these shades just because of how easy it is to apply. And I had to bring my YSL Loveshine lipstick. I have this in 207 Scenic Brown. I like it, I do. It's amazing in terms of how it goes on. But if I had to pick, I rather go with the Addict. I would consider the Loveshine lipstick to be in the same category as the Dior Addict formula, that hybrid shiny lipstick. Sorry about the elastic band marks for my blouse. And Scenic Brown is beautiful. It just goes on easily, but the color wears quite quickly. I would say the Dior Addict has more color delivery, in my opinion, than the Loveshine lipstick, but I'm not familiar with YSL's lipstick lineup. Someone had recommended that I check out Loveshine, and I'm happy that I did. I actually prefer the Loveshine taste smell of fig over like the more berry something that's going on in the Addict, but the color payoff, in my opinion, is higher in the Dior Addict lipstick. And I went on a tangent again with lipstick, my heavens, but here is an example of what I described in my previous Pack With Me video, where I take advantage of these sample jars, and this is from Nordstrom. The last one I showed was from Muji, and it was smaller, but it was tough to open and close. This at least is easier to open and close, and I'm happy to report because I took a chance and I put this free willy-nilly in the bag without putting it in a separate plastic bag, and it did not unscrew and get messy. So this screws on pretty tightly and securely, but I could also open it easy. And what I have in here, actually, I might have had the Givenchy Glow Serum, and then I put in the Suqqu foundation and mixed them together. So this is a strange concoction of my current favorite foundations, but all I need and more. And why, again, I insist on this jar method, but gotta say, I'm thinking about buying the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation again, because I'd rather just deal with the stick foundation for travel, and I much prefer that formula over the Dior Perfect Skin foundation stick. I had to bring my Gucci. I know I love the Burberry, but the Gucci's been like heavy on my heart recently. I don't know why. The color match for me is impeccable. This is in 38N. It's neutral, but it still has a little bit of golden in there, where it kind of balances, not kind of, it brilliantly does. It evens out the discoloration under my eyes, but it doesn't look too bright and out of place. It's right where it needs to be in terms of my complexion, and I just love the detailing for the Gucci cosmetics. It's just hard to stay away. I decided to bring my Byredo highlighter stick, the fluid highlighter in Gilded Memoir. This doesn't have the same glossy finish as the VBB, but I do appreciate its more pearly, glowy finish on the skin. It's a lot softer, and in my opinion, goes well with the soft filter blush, because the soft filter blush is matte, and sometimes, well, when I did it, it was fine. When I pair this with the VBB Reflect highlighter stick, it could be like super glossy and then matte, but having the Byredo with the Dior together, I think they're closer to each other on the spectrum in terms of finish on the skin. So I feel it's a more fitting pair based on the glow level and the effect that the highlighter has on my cheekbones, that the Byredo, when paired with the soft filter, is a better match aesthetically, in my opinion. For shadow, okay. I think at this time I should have already uploaded my Chanel the L'Ombre Bouton. Every time I have an opportunity to practice my terrible French, I take it. Thank you for listening. This is in 219, the Couture colorway. And listen, when it comes to security, all right, you can't go wrong with the rosy coppery browns. But what I did in my look is pair that with the Giorgio Armani Eye Tint in Sandalwood. Stop it right now. What a beautiful pairing. I applied this all over the lid and followed up with some of these shadows. Oh my goodness. But this is what I also explain in my, again, previous Pack With Me video. You want a little more sparkle and shine, you have the opportunity to bring it in stick form thanks to Danessa's Colorfix sticks. And I didn't bring the whole component, I just brought the foil side, because what I did is apply the foil side on my inner corner if I wanted a little more glitz and shine, right? If I wanted more than what Chanel had to offer, because Chanel is demure, then I'll just bring something else, right? If I wanted more of a reflect highlight on the inner corner, and that's what I did. I took my pinky, applied specifically the Artemis side for Duo number 4, and I called it a day. My eyelash curler from Rephr, of course, and my Prada Scope mascara, must have, must bring. Because I applied the eye tint, I didn't have to apply my Suqqu primer, because this is a long wear formula, so that kind of served priming purposes just by default. Of course, my Victoria Beckham Beauty Babyblade brow pencil in light brown. I wish she did refills for the brow pencil. That would be great, so I don't have to keep buying the same stick each time. I brought my Pradalines just in case I wanted a little more definition along the lash line, but for my lash line, I applied the dark brown shade, the plummy brown, along my lash line for a little definition and smoke. It's not as intense and smoky as wood, but I wanted a softer effect on the eyeshadow this time around, but I still brought it just in case. And for everything, I used the mirror in the Nude Filter Compact. This is in 02 Light, but I also applied this powder under the eyes and through the brows for just easier sketching with the pencil. But this was my designated mirror, and I explained also that I would bring just a standard size compact to be used for mirror purposes, because I like to do my makeup in front of natural light. In the bathroom, I mean, you can do it, but I feel the lighting can be a little crazy in there sometimes depending on where you are, but natural light doesn't fail me ever. So that's why I just bring everything in front of the window, and why I need a separate mirror to see what I'm doing. I could have used the Chanel, but the Chanel got too much going on with the little brushes and blah, 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 blah. So that's that. I have my Suqqu Brow Gel in case I just needed a quick to-go moment. If I wasn't using my Babyblade eyebrow pencil, I'll just run this gel quickly through the brows for some fluff and definition. And lastly, I have my Fara Homidi lip liner in Pinky. Now, this could go, let's see, probably better with Dior Cannage, and maybe too pink for Scenic Brown, but I'm gonna find a Dior Addict lipstick that goes heavenly with Minky. But because you're like, well, what do you got on now? I think, yes, I did mention I have Fearless Brown on the lips at the moment. Oop, too soft. So I gotta be careful, because if it's a little warm in here, I am in Austin, and I turned off the AC just for audio purposes only. Believe me, I'm putting this right back on when I'm done filming. So because the On Stage is a long wear product and pretty nice around the lip without a liner, you most certainly can use one. I just want to see how this goes without a liner and how it stays on the skin. So that is it. Now, I just want to be clear. I don't need all the lipsticks. I purposely brought them just to take advantage of the fact that I had some time before attending the conference I'm here for, and wanted to grab some quick YouTube short content using new onstage lipsticks, right? But even still, I still have some room in here, and I could have brought my smaller Lisa bag. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the smaller Lisa bag that I have in different fabrics, but this is my command center bag. I got my hand lotion, I got my nail oil pen, I got Vaseline. Like, this comes everywhere with me. I got my hairpins in here, my little silk scrunchies. So this is what I use to bring everything, the high touch items that I use on trips and even at home. But this would be the size bag I would bring if I wasn't filming with more makeup on this overnight trip. So I just wanted to make that clear, because if you're like that, Elisa, you don't need all that makeup for overnight. I absolutely know that. I know that. I also have my small towel on standby, because this is what I use to wipe my fingers if I use them for makeup, and we know all about that. I got a whole video showing how I would apply makeup with fingers only if I forgot my brushes, which I actually did. And here, not much different from what I showed in my last pack with me video, but just with a few swaps. I did clean my Hakuhodo case. So I cleaned the lining, I cleaned the plastic flaps and let it air dry. I, of course, had to bring my Mizuho CMP 510. This is what I applied my foundation with. I also brought my Esom V2, is this the V29? Yes, so last time I brought my Rephr brush that's designed in a similar fashion, but this I think is a little wider and is all synthetic. I also brought my Koido Yoshiki and Bobo collaboration brush, a little more oval shape and a little more density than the last one I had. And this is what I used to apply my nude filter powder. And of course, I had to bring my mini buffer from Sonia G to apply my soft filter blush from Dior. I'm thinking about getting another one. This brush is just integral in any liquid or cream blush product that I have. So I'm thinking about getting another one just to have to stay at home, and one just dedicated for traveling. And for eyes, I kept it fairly simple. Of course, I brought my Bobo and Byredo collab Kolinsky eyeshadow brush that I use to blend out the Giorgio Armani eye tint with. And then I followed up with, it was this brush, the Bobo and Chikuhodo collab brush. I believe this is T-Squirrel, and this is a great density to pick up those Baked Chanel shadow textures. And that's what I use to apply that coppery brown on the outer lid, and kind of ran it across the lash line as well. And then I used the Bobo and Chikuhodo Nebula. Also, forgot to mention, this is from the Nebula collection as well. This one too, but use this one to apply that deeper plum brown along the lash line. And I followed up with this smaller brush to apply the light beige shade from 219 on the inner corner, and use the Master Yoshiki Bobo collab. I believe this is the White Canadian Squirrel Eye set. It doesn't, I think it comes separately, but this is what I use just to finish the edges of my shadow for that nice blurring effect. And then when I'm done, we make sure all the brushes are in, and we flap and we close and we zipper, and that is a wrap. Friends, thank you again for making the time to watch. If you like this video, please don't forget to click that thumbs up. It helps me immensely in letting the YouTube algorithm know that I'm worth watching and will recommend my videos for other beauty enthusiasts such as yourself to watch. And consider subscribing. Who knows when I'll be in another hotel room and we'll share what I'm bringing then, and would love to know what you bring as well. So make sure you share that in the comments. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if it's your first time here, please stay, peruse the channel. Maybe I'll see you in this video here. I'll definitely see you in the comments for this one. And on here again next time.